Hi, and welcome. It's 12 o'clock. It's Monday, Cyber Monday, as they say.
It is indeed.
My name's Barbara Gray. This is Paul Church.
Hello.
Welcome to Clarity.
Yes, another episode of Clarity Social TV. We've got 3 today.
3 today, 10,
Yep.
12 and 2, all available on Catch Up on our website
Yeah.
and on YouTube too.
Yeah, YouTube is vast library, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So had a really busy morning. Really appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
And now, the whole idea today, Paul, was to celebrate 3 fabulous designers.
Yes.
Jane Nesterenko, Linda Williams, and Tina Cox.
Yes.
And so what we've done is we've taken some magnificent groovy bundles and collections, and then we've divvied them up between the 3 shows.
Yes.
So this morning at 10 o'clock, the pièce de résistance was if I just show you this, let me just go into this screen and I will just bring up this particular one. And you'll see that there was the one that we were showcasing, Jane Nesterenko's.
It was indeed, yes.
We looked at a couple of other ones as well. I'll just change we looked at, just to recap, we looked at Jane's 12 plates. You shout about the prices, okay. I'll shout about the designs.
41448, saving £67.93, and you're only paying £56.94 plus your club discounts.
Then the second one was Linda's Bees, Butterflies and Dragonflies.
Very popular with our picking department. So the item number for that is 41232. You're only paying £14.23, saving £25.23.
And then the next one that we looked at was number 5 on our screens.
There we go. So that's Tina's Floral Swirls and Corners Groovy Plates and II Book Bundle. 41092, £17.99.
And so now what we're looking at today, we're looking at another couple of bundles, which is Linda's Flowers and Lace.
Yeah.
And then Tina's Floral Doodles, all the other way around.
Yeah.
So we thought that it would be a good idea to just go through the actual product, what you're going to get, and the price.
Show some artwork,
do a demo.
Yes.
How's that sound?
Perfect.
Are you up for this?
Of course I am.
Okay, so the first thing that we're going to look at is the Tina's, wait for it.
Number 5.
No, it was Tina's number 4.
Number 4. 4, 5.
Right.
I wrote
the list. There it is. You wrote the list. I'm just reading the list. Right, Tina's number 4.
Okay.
Yeah. Right, so Tina's number 4. And as with all the collections, there's a free gift with every purchase, which is the inspiration and the ideas.
On these particular bundles.
On these on these particular bundles. So, for example, this particular bundle also celebrates the Doodle collection in book form. So once again, we took these magnificent samples and we put them into a really fantastic project booklet, Ideas and Inspiration. And you can see here, these are absolutely fantastic. And most of them, the ones we've seen so far, are Tina's own work.
Tina's, yeah.
You know, at the end of the 10 o'clock show, I was talking about the way her mind works, about cutting into areas and giving you those layers and those. It's really quite formidable when you see. And you'll get the same idea. Here's a Tina Cox one, just different layers. You know, even at one layer, the way she's taken a border and created a panel within a layer. It's all on one layer.
Yeah. But it's the illusion, isn't it?
It's the illusion
and that's
of
what she loves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what she could have done, she's presented a cutting opportunity. See this little bit up here? She could cut that bit out, couldn't she? She could cut that whole area out and then put something in the background.
Behind it. Yeah, that could have been on, with Love, could have been on a separate piece, which Tina sometimes does when she's working as well.
So let's have a look at what the bundle actually comprises.
Okay, so in this one, you've got 24 inspirational cards in this booklet.
Yeah, I'm just looking for the actual products.
Okay.
So we're going to get the book.
Yeah.
We're going to get 2 plates.
A5 square plates.
A5 square plates.
In the plate mate from the starter kit.
And each of these has a complimentary border, which is fantastic. So I've got a 50-50 chance here and I got it right.
But you're going to get all 4 of them, so it doesn't matter.
You're going to get all 4 of them, so it doesn't matter. But what you'll find is that the designs for paneling, for panel work, this is absolutely superb.
Yeah, and what Tina's done on it, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 minimum of borders on there, because you could just take that scallop.
Or just a little circle, or just a little rose, or just a little element. You know, there's so much in here.
And it's the same on this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, with a larger scallop around the edge as well.
Exactly.
And they've all been designed to coordinate with the circles. So now you can take your circle and go square.
So let's look at the price now. So the price, according to my calculations here, it should be £48.95.
Yeah.
And it's actually £18.98. So you're so you're hang on, I've got
So basically you're paying for this one, you're paying for this pair, for example, and you're going to get for free the other pair plus the II book.
There you go.
Because these are £9.49 each. So for 2 of those, you're going to, I mean, you could say you're paying for those 2 and you get that and that free. You pay for whatever.
Yeah, understood.
So yeah. So
but also, so this is for less than £20. The design elements, the possibilities, and the inspiration is a fantastic starting place. So in the first show, we also looked at the starter kit.
Yes.
And just in case you're joining us for the first time, the starter kit is the place to start.
It really is. I mean, you often hear of kits that have been put together, like the starter kit, and then you get something home and it says, right, you now need this, you now need that.
That's right.
So is it really a starter kit? And often when we're working with a product, and then you'll go, oh, I don't know. With this, you've got the guidance, and these 5 plates we're seeing across the bottom, you'll continue to use again and again.
But what I wanted to also flag up, you're absolutely right. This is going to be used again and again and again. But if you look at that picture there, what you can also see is that plate mate. So the plate mate is the linchpin for me. It's the absolute linchpin of the system.
Yeah.
And it holds all your plates in place. So it's that one that's got ABC at the top and then alphabet all around it and letterboxes all over it. Bang center, top stage, right?
Yeah.
Now, so those plates all along the bottom, they all fit into there. Otherwise, what a kind of a starter kit would that be?
Yeah.
Right, now let's take a look at the, go back to here.
Yeah.
And let's take a look at these 2 plates. So these 2, they fit in that starter kit.
They do indeed.
But the borders do not.
No.
So in the beginning, in the beginning
the song there.
When we started, right, and I'm just telling you this because this is what we used to do before we got good, right? I used to take a piece of sellotape or a groovy tab.
Groovy tabs didn't exist then.
No, we used to sellotape. But it works, right? And what we used to do was strap these. I'll show you.
I've got one here open.
Okay. You got one?
Yeah, there we go.
Right, so just to show you how we used to take that and then sellotape that to that so that we had the stability when we were working.
Yeah.
Okay. And now what we've got is another groovy plate. So, you know, it's a lot nice. See this piece here? And you will have seen a lot of these letters. This is a real Art Deco kind of alphabet. Beautiful. You see a lot of these. And we developed this as an additional plate mate. We've got loads of them now.
We have, yeah.
But this one is the border plate mate. And it's quite nice because you take this out and then, of course, these all slot in.
Yeah.
Right. But the other thing is, of course, you've got this wonderful alphabet.
And you've got it in uppercase, lowercase, and numbers. I mean, this little panel here,
lovely.
I reckon that would look lovely on Dave's die-cut cube boxes.
And it would also look lovely in a coaster.
It would indeed,
it
yeah.
Would. So just explaining, really, and what's the code on that one, actually?
So that one is 40348, and that would normally be £23.99, and in the Grey Friday sale, it's £16.79.
So you save £7.20.
Yeah.
I'm glad you wrote that out, Paul. Okay, so that's if you want to splurge and get a border plate mate. That's the number you need, 40348. Okie dokie. Right, so put that to one side, put that to one side. Let's take a look at this pair first.
Yeah.
So we'll look at this pair and you can see that the design elements, it's really nice, different sizes of the daisies. It's very stylized. It's Tina's.
You can tell
Tina.
it's Tina's, can't
Yeah,
you? I
you
mean,
can.
same with, you can tell with Linda and something that you design as well.
So now we're back to watching Tina at her very best. You see what I mean about cutting opportunities?
Yeah.
How she takes it out. And
let's
just
like here on there as well, that like the hello.
Let's see if we can take this through to this. Look, do you see what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
And you can see the layers, the layers. This is cut away. You can see the designer paper in the background. Look at those little flowers down the bottom. I know.
Wow.
I know. There you go. Designed by Tina, made by Tina.
Made by Tina.
So, but when you actually look at the plate itself, if we look at what where we're at, all she's done now, look, she's just taken that there. And she's taken that from that lovely
from that plate, mate.
Yes. Look, H.
H.
Oh no, it's not that H. It's another. Oh, it might be. It is. She's just dropped. She's knocked off the. She didn't like the swirl because it didn't fit in her. So she just took that off. Yeah.
Clever,
She's clever, isn't she? See, so you don't have to settle for what you've got. And that's the story of my life. You don't have to settle for what you're given, do you? No, girls and boys.
And it's lovely. That works perfectly with Tina's design, this Art Deco. And
I liked that we've just figured out how she just dropped that loop on the H to tie in with her. But you know that it is that alphabet because there's the L, there's the O, and all the lowercase.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So actually think of this as a really superb alphabet plate with a hole in it that just happens to fill these plates.
With an aperture.
Oh, sorry, aperture. Right, then we've got this one, which is lovely. Again, you can see how she's used the elements
on that border.
Right? Absolutely spectacular. Yeah, she has.
Yeah.
I'm just looking. Oh, here we are. Look, daisies. Where are they? Are they on the other one?
No, they're there. No, hang on.
No, it's a different flower.
She's mixed them.
Here it is. Look, it's that flower.
Oh yes.
And that border.
Yeah.
She's amazing. Yeah, crazy good. There you are. Look.
There it is. It's on that plate.
So that there is this one here.
Yes.
It is, but without the outline.
Yeah.
And because I was tied into the roses, I forgot about these ones here. Look.
Yeah.
Check that out.
And there's that corner there, and it's been extended.
Yeah.
So there it is there.
That's crazy good, isn't it? Right, this is one by Dee Paramore. Love that. We're not even going to try and find out where she found those ones. Okay.
I found the corners. That was about
it.
That
took us 20 minutes. That's all we've done between shows is try and figure out where
the elements have come from. So this is quite clever because on this one, a straight line has been turned into a curve.
Yeah, so she's taken this. That's easy.
Yeah.
Well, it's easy when you know how.
Yeah.
That's how you find out. Okay, so that's that one.
Yeah.
But it actually is easy.
It is.
It is easy. Can I just explain?
Yeah.
That as you go round, you move the parchment and you hold the parchment in place with the tool and then you just move it round. You swivel.
You swivel.
You do. You swivel. So it's quite straightforward. This is a nice. I love the colours on this one. Tina Cox. Let's get those out of the way so we can indulge this one. Right. Nice again.
Yeah.
Layers.
It isn't potentially that could have been all separate pieces of parchment. But Tina's created the illusion of layers. It's clear parchment, and then by introducing the colour, it gives it that depth, doesn't it?
So the grey is the background layer.
Yeah.
See? There. So that peeps through where she's cut out. And then the other layers, they're just straightforward.
Yeah.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Really nice.
Right, another one. Ready? Jane Telford. There you go. So go on then, you find it.
So Jane's done the same. She's taken that straight line and gone round in a circle.
Fabulous.
And then she's done it on the inner part. So I'm guessing Jane would have used our nested circle extension plate to get the larger circles. And then, as you said, just swiveled.
Gone round. Just swiveled.
Just swiveled.
She just swiveled. Here's another fantastic one by Tina. That's the front page.
That's the front page of the book.
Yeah, that's the front page of the book. So you can see there exactly where she's found the elements and you know.
And that'll be from the plate, mate.
There we are. Corner. I can find the corner. Yeah, we'll leave it there.
And it's on 2 pieces.
Actually, it's as it comes. Look, this is as it comes.
Yeah. Doesn't it look bigger on coloured parchment than it does?
Yeah, it's not though. Look.
No, it's the same.
Let's take this out. Oh, humour me.
Okay.
Look, it's exactly as it comes.
It's
there
like
you
an
are.
illusion, isn't it?
There it is.
Yeah.
Like that. Fabulous. And then these little corners here. She got 4 different corners, you see.
Yeah.
Not the same thing.
So that's that one.
So that's that one there.
Yeah.
And it's just repeated 4 times.
Yeah.
So you could go with that one 4 times, that one 4 times, or that one 4 times.
Nice.
So there's a lot of mileage again in these plates,
really
isn't there?
Yeah.
And this one, if you just take those out of the way, this one is also in the book.
Yeah.
I think this is an absolute masterpiece. You know, we talk about layering.
Mm.
So we've got the parchment is in the
Yeah,
sale?
so this is when we come to the demo, I've got them all in my or should we have a
Show
look
that
now?
there. Let's go there. I'll come out a little bit.
Okay.
There we are.
Right. So I've got mine in an A4 folder. If you're interested in the folder, the item number is 40575. Now, all of the A4 two-tone parchment, I think it is now, instead of £17, it's now £6.80. So I'm guessing that
What?
Tina, yeah,
Say that again.
£6.80
Instead of what?
instead of £17. Okay. So if you want dusky pink and rich plum, the item number is 40768. If you want to go willow green and meadow green, 40770.
Have we got? Yeah. And so let me ask you this. So you get 5 sheets of each colour.
Each colour.
And how much are we paying for 10 sheets?
£6.80.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
68p a sheet.
Marvellous.
Yeah.
Marvellous. And can I just say,
you can.
When it's gone, it's gone.
It really has. Yeah, definitely.
When it's gone, never to be repeated ever in my lifetime.
No.
Because we spent, can I tell you, we spent a small fortune on
you could have bought a small house.
We could have bought a small house, a 4-bedroom. No,
depends where you live.
Well, okay, my place, no.
No, you get a bedroom.
But the point is that we're never going to be able to
restock on
redo that
because of the cost involved to keep the price down.
So we just thought, let's clear the shelves.
Yeah.
You know, done's done.
Okay. So you've got the primrose yellow and olive green.
That's a lovely combination.
Peach and nutmeg, item number 40772.
So that was the one I was looking at. I love that.
It's really nice, isn't it? My favourite one's coming up shortly. You've got pear green and apple green, 40773.
So this really ties into the whole Tina Cox layering
with the layering,
doesn't it?
Petrol blue and smoky blue.
It doesn't mean that you have to use these two together, but it just means we obviously put them together. I remember sitting on an aeroplane. We were stuck at the airport going to Mariupol or somewhere.
Yeah.
And we decided to get together all the different parchment colours
and give them names. So you got midnight blue and sky blue. I like this midnight blue. Midnight blue you can actually turn black. You can turn it black.
Can you?
Yeah. And 40775.
Why would you want to do that?
Because we don't have black parchment anymore.
Right, okay. Okay. All right, that's gone then.
This is one of my favourites, the orange squash and the lime twist, 40776.
That's one of Tina's favourites as well. That screams Tina, that one, doesn't it?
It does. Then we've got pine needles and sage green, 40777.
Nice.
You can see there, you've got the lovely light, the contrast.
This is great to do this, Paul.
Periwinkle blue and very violet, 40778. So you can see, look at that. Colours. I love this. I'm going to use this colour in the demo.
Are we running out of this yet?
We're getting there. Then we've got teal and light teal, 41403. Then we've got green and light green, 414. So this is where we started. We must have been
taking off at this point. Is that? Oh,
no, these ones were the original. Right, so remember, we had some solid colours, and then we brought out. We had blue, pink, purple.
We did. Yeah. This is the end of that.
This is all that's left of that. And then you've got that pink, which is the light pink and dark pink, which is there.
That's this.
Which will be 41406.
Say sasa.
Yeah,
that's that.
Whatever.
Yeah,
whatever that meant.
That is
is that.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just haven't opened it. So all of that is in one of these folders, and the item code for the folder is 40575.
But you can't buy the folder loaded.
No.
But you could fill the folder.
You could fill the folder at that price because again, once the folders have gone,
they're gone as
they've
well.
gone.
I know it sounds like, yeah, I know what we're
Yeah,
doing.
because obviously it's
needs
the
must.
cost. It's the cost, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
I mean, this is the thing, and this is the reality of it. When we were on TV on Creating Craft in Oundle, when we were on the big TV, we were feeding the TV.
Yes.
And so it was a big monster to feed, right?
Yeah.
Over the years now, the monster's got less and less hungry. so
started to lose weight.
He was emaciated by September. But the point is that we've still got some stock in stock, but we can't ever replenish that.
No, because the TV's no more, and as you say, that beast isn't there anymore.
Was
it Beast or Monster?
Monster.
Same thing. Because it's not there anymore. In order to buy the volumes in, you've got to, in order to pass on that good price to our friends at home.
Exactly, you had to buy it in inordinate prices.
Like juggernauts.
You know, juggernauts. You had to buy inordinate levels of stock in order to secure a good price. And we can't do that anymore.
No.
Because we don't need to. All our profit would just be sitting on the shelf for years. So that's why we said, right, clear the shelves, let's get it going.
So £6.80 for the parchment, 68p a sheet.
Okay. Good. So now I want to show you this artwork now. So this to me is really Tina Cox, perfect. And it also really complements the double-sided parchment.
Yeah.
So let's go in a bit closer. Let's move in a little closer, friends.
Moving closer.
Right. Now I want to show you this though, because this is when you see the layers at their best. So there's a layer, clear parchment, cutting into, look at that cutting. I know. Right. But using the plate, this one. There you go, look. So she's used that plate, colour on the background. Then she's gone to this. Look, so there's your pink, dark pink.
Dark pink, yeah.
Love that. So we've taken that border and we've gone down there. Look, we've travelled down there.
So nice for edging, isn't it?
But look, so it's layer on layer. Do you see?
Yeah.
And then she's taken this border and she's run that one down that layer. So that's there. Then she's picot cut that. Teamed it up on the dark, light blue, light pink, dark pink. Then we've gone light pink again. Yeah. It's just one big piece, but now we're taking the scallop. I mean, to me, this is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Light pink, dark pink border, light pink border, dark pink layer. And then layer on layer on layer. And then she's brought in, and this is where I just love the way her mind works. She's gone to the green. She's coloured in the green on there. The actual composition, right? Once you see it, it's quite straightforward and very achievable. But you first, before you can even, we would never, I would say that I would never, I can only speak for myself. I would never come up with that.
No.
Not in a month of Sundays.
No.
But now I've seen that, I could take these borders and go, alrighty. So I could do that on that, and I could do, I've got 8 different opportunities.
Yeah.
I could use that border, I could use that level. So now you've got the interchangeability.
Yeah.
Now you've got your composition.
And also because of that price we're bringing to you at £18.98, you're only paying for 2 and getting the other 2 plus the book for free.
There you are. Say that again slowly.
41090, £18.98. So those plates are £9.49. So 2 plates, it's £18.98. It means you get the other 2 books, plates, and the book for free.
Okay.
Well, it is
but
Cyber
this is
Monday.
The last day of the sale. This is it, and we deliberately held off shining a light on this because we know what's happening downstairs. Right. So we'll take that one.
We will.
That's
I'll
Tina.
pop that somewhere safe. Yes.
And then the next one we wanted to show you is this one. So now we're looking at Linda Williams, and I just want to bring that one up for you. So now we've got a lace and flowers. So the item code, let's have a look at what we're getting.
Okay.
And then we'll look at the prices, Paul.
Yep. So we've got the book, as usual. So you've got your ideas and inspiration.
Cool.
Look at these.
Yeah, I know.
That is some inspiration, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, it is.
See, no more black parchment, but you can turn the midnight black.
Can you?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well,
I'll work that out by luck. There we go. And this one has 23 inspirational cards in there as well.
So you've got these are when Linda designed these, I remember, and I thought they were, well, I still think they're brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So we've got 2, like a half that can be a full.
Yeah.
We've got a half that can be a full.
Yeah.
So we've got this bit that you can use in the corner, or you can turn
Right
it to a
angle to make
square.
a square.
Yeah, so there's lots of opportunities. So we've got gladiolus, we've got the cosmos,
Yeah.
we've got the aquilegia, and then we've got the roses. But you can see here that you can turn it around.
And the same with this one as well. Once you've traced that out, you just reposition it, line it up, and it will continue.
And the same with this.
Same with
it
that.
Tessellates.
Yeah, with all
These
of
are
them.
tessellators.
Yes.
So they're very, very clever. And again, just like Tina's plates, the elements, the wreaths, the individual little pieces and assets, I love them.
Really, really nice. And these, and when you see some of the artwork from the team, I mean, it really does.
So let's look at all four of them.
Okay.
Gladiolus. Let's look at that one first. I
love this frame.
So first of all, well, there's the front. There's the front
There's
page.
the front page.
Let's get out a little bit, pan out a little bit, because that's quite a piece of artwork, isn't it?
Yeah. So there's the book.
Yeah. Marvelous.
So you can see, so Linda's used this part.
Yeah.
But then she's taken the rose from the other plate.
Amazing. I know, you could stare at it for hours, couldn't you? But I just love it. And here's a cutting. Look, this is Jane Telford.
But this is where we can see how that semicircle has become a complete circle.
But it also, Josie Davison, it also looks magnificent just as it comes.
Yeah, but that's
not
the gladioli.
No.
So what that Josie did say on that one.
Yeah.
She swapped out the flower.
Yeah, so this is, I'm just showing you that it's exactly as it comes here.
Yeah.
Okay, which I think is amazing. But what flower has she used?
The cosmos.
Has she?
Yeah.
Well, Paul.
Well, Paul.
I'll be.
There we go. There's a
cosmos yeah, look at you. Yeah, nice.
So when you think
Christmassy, isn't it?
Yeah, when you think, so you could have also taken the roses and replaced it. Because you've got these semicircles, you could replace it with anything.
Of course you can.
Yeah.
Or not.
Or not. Just leave it open like a crescent moon.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? Okay, so the next one is Aquilegia.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's something about this. It reminds me of a necklace. This piece here, it reminds me of that beautiful
King Henry,
something
like that.
Like Anne Boleyn before she lost her head. You know?
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.
Been watching Wolf House. Cool, that's not for the faint-hearted, is it?
I haven't seen any of those. There's been
Wolf
big gaps, isn't
Wolf
there?
Hall.
Wolf
Hall. No, they put an extension in. Wolf Hall. I wonder where it is. Yeah, not Wolf House. It was bigger than that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was huge.
Yeah.
Well, so anyway, this reminds me of a necklace of Anne Boleyn.
It does, yeah. If you turn it like that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Or if you turn it,
crown.
The jester, like a jester.
Around her top of her head as a crown.
Yes.
Maybe we shouldn't talk about Anne Boleyn. Let's go to another one.
What was it? Who was the one that survived?
The one at the end, was that Catherine Parr?
I think it was. Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about her instead. The one that didn't lose her head. Look at this, though. Absolutely spectacular.
And that's exactly how it comes.
It's exactly as it comes.
Yeah.
And then this is really, so Jane Telford, she obviously really enjoyed this. And she's...
Look at that Pico cutting.
I know. It's like... She's obviously, this was after she retired.
Wow.
Amazing. Isn't it? Where did she get all these from then?
They're all from here. They've all been Pico cut.
What?
With some of our coloured parchment and some little seedy beads.
Look at that.
In the middle.
Wow. Okay. So you can go like that. Now suddenly that looks like a piece of cake.
But it is.
Yeah, right. Okay.
That one.
You think?
Apart
Look
from
at that cutting. Yeah.
You was covering that up. I didn't see that.
And so next one is the Cosmos. Love
and that's
this.
Where that flower from that piece of artwork there.
Yeah.
Okay, look, you can see those
nice.
flowers there.
Nice. But I also love this.
That is
Look at
beautiful.
that.
That is some white work, isn't it?
That is white work. Let me just check.
Is that
Emma
Burns?
Burns.
Oh, Emma.
Look at this. Isn't that soft? So all she's done, I say all, famous last words. All she's done is taken this flower and created that detail in white work. I've got to show you that again. Right, let's go to this one and let's take a closer look at that. Let's come in a bit closer so you can see that.
Wow.
Look at that. I'm coming right in now.
You could fall over the table in a minute.
Check that out though.
Wow.
That's done with the white with
So
embossing
there's no
tools.
outline at all, is there, to those flowers to give it that natural look?
But isn't that spectacular?
Yeah. And have you seen the edge?
What, the design and parchment?
No, the edge.
I know what this is Indian
That's
summer.
just done with perforating, and it's been embossed in particular. You know that what in Linda's gridwork book where you can perforate.
Let me have a little look closer. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
So you just perforate and then you emboss in between.
Yeah, see, and I'm guessing
that
that's using.
needle?
I reckon it's a fine grid.
Look at that.
I know.
Good grief.
Might be the bold, but it's so you're
little
embossing.
pearls.
Yeah, you're embossing between each of those perforations.
Crikey. Isn't that lovely with a little bit of shade? You do that tomorrow morning through the Tuesday.
Be able to do that in an hour.
Yeah. So this is Tina Cox herself, and I love what she's done here because she's got a little. See, she's made little tags by
little corners.
Look, so that now literally houses. Look, isn't that pretty?
That's lovely.
Yeah. So that's where I'm going to come in on that other camera again now, so I can show you this. If hang on a minute, because I think this is a real great technique. Look, see if I move this.
Yeah.
See where she's cut it, so it clamps it, but it actually is. So you can use this.
Maybe a gift voucher or something.
But you can see all the little cutting.
Yeah.
It's not that much, actually.
No, not really.
Isn't that beautiful?
It's got some perga glitter on there as well.
I know. I love that. Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah.
There are a couple of those. There's another one coming in for the, so that's that. Let's just stick to this one for now. Let's come in there again. This is gorgeous as well. Who did this? Jane Telford.
So this.
Love that. She made a flower out of it.
Flower and a frame.
Crikey.
And this ribbon effect around the outside is here.
I know. It's brilliant.
And then that's just the one Barb's about to slide in. This is just taking that cosmos flower.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, I love that. The very delicate white edge to that flower.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And last but not least, we're on the roses.
Roses.
So here we have the roses. I love that. Look. So this is it's a Tina Cox because it's the same as the other one.
Yeah, and also this is from the first plate, which is the gladioli.
But this is another thing because we've got little brads.
Yes,
right.
We have.
We've got them in stock, haven't we? Do you remember?
Have
we got the white ones? Because I hope so.
We have.
Let's have a look at the brads. Okay.
So if you would like a complete collection, which gives us our antique silver, black, gold, pastel, pewter, silver, and white. Okay, buy them all individually. However, if you want to go for the bundle, item number 70413, it also comes with the storage folder as well.
They're not on your list?
I haven't put them on my list.
Well, that's handy.
Because they were behind the shelf. And it's great because this will house all of it. And believe it or not, there's 40 in each of these packs.
And these are great, these little.
Yeah.
Aren't they? I use them for my blending tools. And
as well. Blending nibs. So, you could get one for your brads, one for your blending nibs, and your mapping pen nibs as well.
Yeah. Thing about these is it's a great way to attach parchment. A lot of our design team friends, there you go, the one you got in your hand, the one, all of these. See, if you want
it's very subtle though, aren't they?
But if you look, you can see all that we're doing here, like what Jane's done, is just picked out the colour from the pastels, and then just teed it up with the colour that she's used to colour it.
Yeah.
But it's a really nice way of adding colour to colour.
Yeah. And they're so subtle that you don't obviously see them at first. And use the little green one on the inside.
Yeah. In fact, going backwards on ourselves now, every single one that we've looked at has got gold. So it's interesting. There's a white ones.
White.
Yeah. Now you look at it, you realise, don't you?
Blue from the pastel.
Where is
don't
it?
Even notice it
look
yet.
at that. See? So it's a really good way.
Pink.
Yeah, all right. You made it, boy. So where were we?
Green. From the
Okay.
pastels.
So the rose bundle
Yes.
from Tina Cox. No,
Linda Williams.
It's only because we were talking about Tina's artwork.
Yes.
Right, so we're back on the roses, and this one's a gorgeous one. Sheila Bradley. She's grey now. She's got
Not
married in
literally,
between.
but
Yeah, probably. So this is a very lovely one, and again, she's used
multi-needle tools
from the multi-needle books.
Yeah.
And she's used that as a cutting opportunity,
Yeah.
which is rather lovely. And then this one, happy birthday, Gail. I saw on Facebook that it's Gail Sydenham's
is it Gail's birthday?
today.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday.
Gail.
Many happy returns of the day, darling. And I did mention on Facebook, we've been looking at your artwork all morning.
Wow, lovely.
Yeah, so congratulations, Gail. You made it. And this is a lovely piece of artwork by
So that's
Gail.
the rose, but then this outer frame is taken from the Cosmos.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Well done. Gail's artwork's always spectacular. She's the one that comes, she's in the same league when it comes to colouring.
Yes.
It's that Francis Knott calibre.
Yeah.
You know, with that beautiful colouring.
Yeah.
Absolutely
and
spectacular.
I think this is from that border plate.
It's from It's from that Art Deco plate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
No, it's from the Platemate, I reckon. Yeah. That's what you meant, wasn't it?
Yes.
I know what you meant.
Is that one there that we was looking at earlier?
Look, that bit there.
Yes, that's it.
That bit there.
From that Platemate.
Is there.
Yeah.
Useful elements.
Definitely.
Always useful elements. So, yes. And then, last but not least, Glynis Whitehead with another sampler. And I love this idea of just breaking it up into boxes. What a beautiful piece of artwork. You want to put it, well, okay.
We've got Aquilegia.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe there was Glynis wouldn't have made an error on that by doing Cosmos upside down, would she? That would have been intentional.
Looks good.
It does.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I love it. Look, roses. But it just shows you all the different multi-needle tricks and tips and borders and colouring. I mean, there's so much in here. But I think the point is, it's like the easy layout plates.
Yes.
You know,
they wouldn't have existed.
They didn't
back
exist
then.
at that point.
No.
So what Glynis is doing is this old sampler trick where you just break it up. We used to do it with stamping as well, and it's a lot easier to tackle that little piece than that big piece.
Yes.
So you just break it up into elements, and then you decorate, and you decorate each piece, and before you know it, you've got a beautiful sampler.
I suppose it's like a quilt, isn't it?
As well.
It's like a quilt. If you're making a quilt, you do each section at a time,
that's right.
And then when it all comes together, so it's the same principle on that.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
We're on that camera.
I can be out the corner of this eye, or was it that eye?
Okay. So we've had a look at, let me just check it. Let's just go back. We've looked at Linda Williams.
Yeah.
That's that bundle. We're just looking at it on the screen again now. The number for those 4 plates, this is an incredible price with the book, of course, which is worth $10.99 itself. You're looking at $18.98 plus your club discount.
Yeah.
So that's $412.71 for that beautiful bundle. And then we've also got Tina's beautiful bundle, which is the one with the borders, which is $410.90, and that comes with 2 A5 square plates, 2 borders, and that gorgeous inspiration book for a mere $18.98 plus club discount.
So if you went for both of those, if you went for Linda's one and this one, that means you're paying, technically you'd pay the full price for one of these sets.
Yes.
Plus you're still getting the book for free.
And the other one.
Yeah.
There you are. So the other thing about, what's that?
What's that?
I can't remember.
Golden ticket.
I've drawn a blank.
Golden ticket. So anybody that has purchased during the course of our Grey Friday event, which we launched, it was near enough this time last week, wasn't it? A week ago.
Yeah.
One lucky person will, if they find their golden ticket within their order, then what we'll do is we will refund you for that particular order.
So when you open those packages, when they get there, please bear with us because we're going to be so busy. We are going to be so busy, right? Just be patient. You know we've got it. Trust us. We're not going anywhere. We're going to fulfill your order.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes, especially with the groovy ones, they have to be made.
Yeah.
When we run out, we make. So Dave's downstairs this morning on the way into work. He was like, he said, "Oh, I don't think I got too much on today." I thought, oh. Okay, Dave.
We were here all weekend, weren't we?
Okay, but do me a favor. Make sure that you check your box because it may well have a golden ticket in it.
Yeah.
And then you didn't pay for that order. That got
all you need to do, if you
get
get that ticket, and we know who we're sending it to, so don't have a look at that and think, oh, I'm going to ring up and say I've got the golden ticket.
We know you have.
We know who that person will be when we put it in that particular order. Okay,
so now we've had a look at both bundles.
Have indeed. Yep.
We've looked at the starter kit.
Yeah.
And we've looked at that fantastic
collection from
our Jane.
Yeah.
Right, which just to recap is there. And now I'm going to leave that because I thought you were thinking about doing a little demo.
A little coaster.
Really simple. Well, sorry, Paul, didn't mean to minimize it, but it's very achievable. Achievable is the diplomatic word for it's a piece of cake.
No, it really, really is. If you're brand new to Groovy, if you can hold a pen, you'll be able to do this. You really can. There's no skill required. The only skill for most people will be to open the coaster. Seriously, that is the hardest part of this piece of artwork that we're going to create.
Okay, so what do you want me to do? Can I pull up a chair now?
Of course you can. So
Over
what we're going to do,
friend.
I'm going to zoom in. So I need to go left on the zoom. No, right.
You got a 50-50 chance, Paul. How long have you done
I'm going to put that piece of paper back. Okay. So in order to create this, what we're going to be using is the plate mate from the starter kit.
I'm going to sit down.
So I'll zoom out a little bit now. Okay. So I'm going to keep the plate mate in a landscape.
How are the layers attached together? Sorry, I've just seen we just went through that.
Oh, that was with the brads, wasn't it? Yes. Okay, so I've got my plate mate.
Sorry.
Okay, like so. That's where that Groovy tab went. They go everywhere. So you can see when we're working with Groovy, we need to work on the reverse because we're working on the back of the parchment. So you need to be able to make sure you can read. And all of the plates, it will always be in the top right-hand corner of the design.
Would you like to sit down?
No, I'm all good. Thank you. So I'm going to go like that, okay, from the starter kit. Then I'm going to take my nested square, which is also in the starter kit. Okay, so I've had my starter kit obviously since the beginning. So you'll always go back to that to have the starter kit. So there we can see that second one in from the right. So useful to have some framework in order to sort of contain your artwork. Okay. Then what I'm going to do, I was sport for choice on what color parchment I was going to go for with it all being in the sale. But I decided to go for I think it was the violet and the very periwinkle. So I've gone for the periwinkle blue and the very violet, 40778. And I've just put a piece of white paper behind the front and the back so that you can see the intensity of the color.
Yes.
Because when it comes to you in the pack, all those colors are layered together and it looks different.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've taken that. I could have chosen any of those colors. And what I've done is I've just cut it down to an A5 piece.
Has it got a back and a front?
It does indeed. So if you can see here, it's got a lovely shimmer and shine to it. This is the back of our parchment because this is where the ink has been applied in order for it to change its color. Then if I turn it over, you can see it's a little bit more muted. If I show that there, you can see the difference between the brightness and the softer side. Okay, so if you're not sure, because on some of the lighter colors it can be difficult to do that, just take your Groovy tool and then just mark it on a plate, and then when you turn it over you'll see which is the front and which is the back.
Because it comes out really lovely and white.
It really does.
If you're working on the right side.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take, I'll put this to one side, I'm going to wipe my tumble, and I'm wiping on the shiny side.
This is a tumble dry sheet.
Tumble dry sheet that comes in the starter kit. Yep. And then what we're going to do is we're going to attach it to the plate mate. Now I could go smack bang in the middle, but I'm going to save. I can get two pieces out of here. So what we're going to do now is I've got my Groovy tabs attached to my Groovy guard, like so. And I want the fifth one in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because what I did was I took my coaster and laid it over the top. I've got a tray of the products somewhere that with all my demo bits in.
Don't look at me.
Walked.
A tray with all your demo
It
bits?
was on.
Oh, don't start. What do you need?
It's going to be hiding.
Are you missing the bit that you need?
The tools.
Really?
Yeah, I had it all in a.
Well, it wasn't me, Paul.
No, I know. It's probably staring. Here it is. We cleared it off while we was going through all that lovely
Don't start
artwork.
bringing me, throwing me
There
under.
we go.
We didn't do anything of the sort.
Right. So I've got my tools. So if I take my clear coaster. I'll tell you what. These are in the sale.
Are you looking for a clear one?
Item number, yep. So item number 70132 for your coasters. There we go. And then what we're going to do, if you lay that over, you can see through it, because obviously it's a clear coaster. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the inner part of that coaster.
So now you know which one.
So now I know which one.
Can I show you an idiot trick?
Go on then.
No, it's what I do.
Yeah.
I would take a little bit of low tack tape, because then you go right at that one and then just make a little mark with the low tack tape.
Oh, of course,
and then you know you just got to put a piece of low tack tape
that's there then.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just what I do, because by the time you've gone back, you go to the wrong one again.
4, yeah. So I'm going to attach my parchment now using my Groovy tab, and this is where the plate mate really comes in, because if I didn't have the plate mate and I just had the squares, I'm going to lean over and crease my parchment. So that goes there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one there. So I'm going to come out there just like so. So I've got a bit of a border around the outside.
Are you attaching it to the plate mate?
I'm attaching it to the plate mate with my Groovy tab. So what that means is that I can lift up, check my work, and it will reposition if I've missed anything. Okay. So I'm going to take the number 1 tool. Don't forget we're working on the shiny side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Don't you wish you had a bit of low tack
I do
tape
indeed, so that I didn't have to keep counting, just so I can count up to 5. Okay, so I'm leaning on the Groovy guide. I'm going to turn this around because I like to come from the top to the bottom and then work round like so.
Which tool are you using?
I'm using the number 1, which will give me a fine, crisp white line.
You hope.
And if you jump out, then it's not going to mark your parchment. So I can now lift this off.
Do you want to check first?
No, I'm happy. I'm fairly confident. But if I had missed a bit, it's going to slot back in. Because that's the beauty of the groove in the Groovy system. Okay. So we're going to turn it over and you can see there I've got that lovely crisp white line.
Amazing.
Okay. If I take white paper onto there, you can really see. So now I want to put my design in the middle. So this is where I swap out my plate in the middle, and I'm going for Jane's Agapantha nameplate because it has that smaller image compared to the larger one. Then I'm going to decide where to, now if I'm working on the back, I can go central if I wanted to, but if I want it to be like this one here, which is off to the left, then my left is my right.
Yeah.
Because when I turn it over, it'll be over here. So I can decide exactly, do I want all of it? I'm going to go.
You could even make it like disappear off the edge a little bit, couldn't you, if you wanted
absolutely. So then what you do is you attach your parchment back in place and then you start to trace out. So I'm going to do everything in the number 1 tool.
Sure you don't want to sit down, Paul?
No, I'm all good.
I'll get a chair for you.
That's all right.
Come on, I feel guilty. Go on.
Then all you're going to do.
Come on, we got another hour after this.
Oh, okay.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Oh, no. It makes me feel less guilty.
I mean, our friends at home, if they're partying, I'm sure they'll be sort of sitting down.
They're not standing up in front of the telly.
No. Well, they might be. They might have one of those raisable chairs, those tables.
That's better.
See,
it's the mindful process. When you get in the groove like this, it's relaxing, isn't it?
It is. Now, I'm using the lovely periwinkle. If I'd gone for the midnight blue, I'd really struggle to see the design underneath. Okay. Now, when I was prepping this earlier this morning, I've got bright lights in the office, but I was tired and I'm thinking, oh, I can't see it properly. So let me bring in the light panel. Okay. So the light panel we also have in the Grey Friday sale.
Wow. Okay, so the RRP 62.96.
Yeah.
Does that come with a?
That is
that
the
comes with the case
translucent
as well,
foam and the case as well.
So instead of £63, it's £44.
Plus your club discount.
Plus your club discount.
Yeah.
So you're saving nearly £19.
Absolutely. And normally when we bring it to you, it's normally sort of around about £13 saving because you get the case for free. Like... I didn't want it to go white when I bring it in, so I'm trying to
like that.
Like that. Okay, so I'm going to move the translucent foam.
Now, what do we have that for?
Translucent foam is you could still trace out on it, but you would use the translucent foam for shallow perforating.
Okay.
But you can also use it for white work as well.
Oh, good.
Because you could put a cello bag on there to give a little bit of resistance.
Yeah.
And then
ideal.
So the light panel has 3 different levels of brightness.
Okay.
1, 2, and 3. So if I now take my pen, and I've got a piece of A4 groovy grip in there.
I've got that here, Paul.
So we've got various different bundles. We've got a ruler with the groovy grip. We've got the cutting with the groovy grip.
In front of me.
So,
here we are.
Yeah. So there we go. So if you go to the website and just put groovy grip in.
Shall I show this?
Yeah.
Or will it shock? No, it won't. Right. So we've got groovy grip.
Yeah, which is 2 A4 sheets in there.
Two A4 sheets.
Yeah.
And it comes with
this is the cutting bundle.
A cutting bundle, because you're going to use this at the end.
I'm going to use
this out. So we might as well kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So then we've got the blue cutting mat as well.
Yeah, hard on one side, soft on the other.
Then you've got the Perga ruler in there as well.
Yeah.
Because it's got a metal inlay, so you don't end up embedded in the ruler. And then we've got the Japanese craft knife, which is absolutely dynamite.
Have indeed.
Isn't it?
I mean, I love a craft knife. And when we brought this in, I was so... how excited was I on that craft?
I know. I thought it was quite sad, really.
I know. Really sad.
And so that bundle is... The code is 31631.
Yeah.
And the RRP is £35.97. You pay £25.18, so 25 quid. You're saving nearly £11 on that bundle. Yeah. And you get the craft knife, the ruler, the groovy grip, and the mat
as well. So the groovy grip, because you've got 2 A4 pieces in there. So I've got one on here, which is an A4.
Stops it sliding.
And it stops my plate sliding as well. So it's really good. But you can definitely see now the difference when I'm working to trace out.
I like being the presenter.
But it's nice because you're asking questions that many people at home would often ask as well. So.
Well, it's only because what, you think I don't know the answers?
No, I know you know the answers.
I'm prompting you.
Yeah, to say what I need to say. So then, if I wanted to, I could just take that lovely flower on its own. So what I've done, because I know time, I've got one already traced out.
Okay.
So if I take this one away, for example, like so, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to swap out my agapanthus. And I'm going to pop my nested squares back in. Okay. Now, what I want to do, I want to personalize my.
Whoa! What was that?
It was your handbag. So what I want to do, there we go.
That woke me up.
I wanted to personalize my coaster. So this is where the plate mate also comes into play. So if I go back to the overhead, 1, 3, I've got my letterboxes up here. So I've already traced out my agapanthus, and then very simply, what I'm going to do now, just make sure it's the right way, I'm going to add in those 3 boxes. I've kept it nice and simple. Hopefully, I won't spell mum wrong, because it's...
Everything's possible, Paul.
Yeah, I know. I went for a simple word. Like I could have got mum, dad, because it's an M at the beginning, an M at the end, and a U in the middle, hopefully. So now I've got my panels down the side. If I wanted to, I could have put them across the bottom.
Well done.
So now I'm going to go to my alphabet across here.
But you could use any alphabet on any plate.
Any alphabet, yeah. If you recently went for the Gnomes and Elves collections, they've got in the Groovy, they've got a lovely alphabet in there. So please jump out and nothing happens. So that means you need to slow down. So,
but it's a very relaxing.
It is.
I think the thing about parchment or groovy art is that it requires focus. So it is a mindful process because you have to think about what you're doing.
Yeah.
Your mind can't really stray. You have to think about what you're doing. Even mum, you know, you need to think about how to spell it.
Yeah.
But having said that, it's very relaxing, you know, and you get a fantastic result. I think that's the thing. You know, it's very predictable art, isn't it? Provided you know how to spell.
Yeah, and a lot of our designs, you can just take the plate exactly as it comes and then just trace it out.
Why don't I take the light out? Can you take the light off and put a piece of white there so we can see it? That's absolutely marvellous.
So, I mean, how beautiful is that? Especially with
So
the coloured
easy,
parchment as well.
Do you know what you could do now? Right,
What's that? Go on then.
Right, so you see how you've done that?
Yeah.
So if you wanted to, especially on this one, because you've got even more here,
yeah,
right? You could even go in now and put another.
That's what I'm about to do.
Oh yeah, well, why didn't you do it on that one then?
Because I've cut the outer one away.
But okay.
So what I've done, so if you look, this mum sits inside a frame. So in order for it to fit in slightly, this one here, when we trim it back, I'm going to cut inside the line because I needed a guide for my cutting.
Right.
So this outer edge is going to cut away in order for it to fit into the coaster.
But you could do different lines and then just avoid the mum, couldn't you?
Absolutely. So so I could have done, this was my guide, the outer one. So if I wanted to, I could put another one in and then another one, depending on the design.
Or all sorts, couldn't you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So what we're going to do now is I'll pop that back on, turn that over, and this slots back into position now of the original square.
But you'd attach it, right?
I'm going to attach it with my grip, especially when you're doing sort of frames. I mean, when you're moving around with sort of like letters, spelling out.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's different, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'm going to attach that just like so.
But the thing is, it takes as long as it takes. And that groovy grass, that's a brilliant piece of kit, isn't it?
It is, and for so many different reasons to have like that. The aperture on the inside.
It just holds everything in place while you're working.
Yeah, and I've got hand cream on. So now what we need to do is stay away from the boxes, like so. Okay. And then coming down here. So because I wanted the stalk to appear as if it's coming out of the frame.
Was that a coincidence, or did you actually intend to do that?
No, it's on there as well. Okay.
He's going to walk out in a minute. So you do.
Nearly 1 o'clock. Right. So, but you can see the difference on the light panel really does make a difference. Okay. So if I pop that on there. See, when you're working on black, you think, oh, it doesn't look like anything. It looks very flat, doesn't it? But when you introduce a piece of white copy paper, because that's all that is underneath, it then illuminates the design. Yeah. So what I'm going to do a couple of little different things. So I'm going to work on the back like so. And if I pop that to one side, because what I want to do is introduce some color to the design. So for example, if I'd gone for the rose and maybe I'd gone for a pink parchment, but I wanted the yellow rose, it wouldn't work because we've got the color. Yeah. So in our coloring accessories kit, we have our eraser pencil. And what we can do is we can remove the color from our colored parchment. Like so. That's it there.
Okay.
So, and I'm also going to be using from that color accessories kit. So we've got the double-ended eraser pencil, item number 70431. And then if I open this up, like so, you've got your double-ended eraser. You have spot-on sponges.
So this is for paper craft for me as well, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. You've got your Dorso oil.
Which blends on card 2.
As well, yeah. Blending nibs.
Which works on card 2.
And then you get your mix mats. One is water and one is oil.
Which works brilliantly on card 2.
As well, yeah. See, often, because we say, oh, it's branded Pergamano, it's not necessarily just for parchment craft. We can use it in sort of like everyday products.
Marvellous.
Okay.
Thanks, Paul.
Definitely worth. And for me, the eraser pencil really does make a difference. If I want to take the colour away completely, then the white eraser pencil is definitely the way to go.
So that's 70431.
Yeah.
For that whole lot.
For that whole lot, and I think I put the price on the list. I think. I'm not sure whether I did it on.
70431 Pergamano colouring essentials. £20.97 is usual, the usual RRP, and today it's available to you for £14.68. That's a £6.29 savings plus your club discount. Wow.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Good value. So you can see now where I've removed the colour in order for me to be able to introduce. I can remove the colour from the letters, or I could remove the colour from the outside and leave the letters as they are. But you definitely need to keep sharpening your eraser pencil. So this is where the sharpener comes into play. Now this one has got an E on it, because after a while, as Barb says, they start to sort of wear away with your pencils, don't they?
The razor, the
sharpeners.
Yeah.
So then you keep this then for your erasers to sharpen. Okay. So what we're going to do now is, if I take my Pergoline pencils, so I'm going to grab mine from my organizer, which is also, I mean, everything's in the Grey Friday sale, isn't it, at various amounts. So this is, I'll zoom out now.
Find your masterpiece.
Which way do I go, left or right?
Towards me.
Okay. There we go. So this has everything that in here I need. So I've got my tools in there. You can see I've taken bits out. I've got all these pockets. I've got my blades for my craft knife.
Is that yours or mine?
This is my one.
Okay.
These are in numerical order.
Ha ha ha. So I've got all of them.
So have I.
Oh yeah.
Because you get 16 of the B.
Oh,
and then
you've
you get
done it
20.
like that, have you?
Yeah, because I put my blending pens in there. So
not obsessive then, Paul.
No,
not much.
Then I've got my Perga colour pens. Then I've got my metallic
OCD
pens.
here.
No. But it's where we sort of used to go up to TV, and if everything was in there,
yeah, I know.
then you've got your multi-needle tool. Then I've got some of those essentials.
I like them.
Those.
That's a good idea to put them in a box. Why don't I do that?
Just keep them.
Yeah. I know.
And then I've got space here. So
do we sell those groovy bags?
The pencil cases.
Or we run out,
yeah, no, I think there might still be some.
What are they called?
Groovy tool bags.
So that's not. This isn't a groovy tool bag.
This is the groovy organizer. The pink
and
one's
the groovy tool bag's the little cheap.
It's a pencil case.
Pencil case.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay. So I'm going to go for just a couple of colours. I'm going for the B pencils.
B for blending.
Blending. Yeah.
Basic actually,
Basic.
but we call them blending pencils.
And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to I'm going to very lightly scribble some colour into there.
I'm going to come in a little bit closer, Paul, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
There we go.
Reach over? Oh, God.
There we go.
Okay.
And then all I'm doing is just scribbling on. Okay. So when I turn that over, it doesn't look like anything at the moment, but it's definitely a different shade to the parchment. Okay. Then I'm going to bring in my spot-on sponges that were in that Colour Essentials kit. I'm going to take my Dorso oil, and I'm also going to take my blending pen, which is also on the show. And then, as Barbara was saying earlier, these little storage pots for my nibs.
It's a good job you found all that, wasn't
it? So all we're going to do now is I'm going to take a little drop of Dorso oil onto my spot-on sponge. Way too much, but it's the way that it goes.
Well, it could have been worse. You could have thrown it all over your artwork.
But it's on the front, so it would have been all right. And it's literally just...
I had my heart in my mouth, and I thought, really?
And all I'm going to do, don't blink, that's it. And I've already got too much oil on there, just by that slight little tap. If I come over here, I'm going to do this. Can you see how much? So I know from experience there's too much on there.
But so it does evaporate.
It does evaporate. So I can go back and use this piece of parchment afterwards. But what I want to do, I could always blot it into another area of the sponge. And then what we're going to do now is, it's what I call tickling the parchment.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just tickling the parchment with the tip of the top. I'm not applying any pressure. It's just tickling it. Okay. So then all we're going to do, and if you've got too much Dorso oil on there, then what it does is it removes the colour. But that's not a problem because you can go back in and reintroduce the colour as well.
If you wanted to make those like white or yellow, then you'd really see
you would see the difference
contrast,
in the
wouldn't you?
And then you can go in
and just blend the colours.
And just keep blending it.
Yeah, lovely.
So I know on there it doesn't really, we can see that there's a slight difference.
But if you went in with the blue, that would really change it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so I could go in with a little bit more pressure. Just have to wait for the oil to evaporate a little bit. But what's also good, using the light panel to colour on as well, because it really shows where you're applying that colour.
Where the line is, especially on the darker parchment, right?
To see,
Even on normal parchment, it makes
it really does.
Think that's the thing. You think you've really nailed it, and then you put it, on a light wave, and you think,
I missed it. I haven't gone right up to the edges. Yeah.
Even if you go over the edge, though, Paul.
Yeah.
What can you do?
So if you're using clear parchment, then you could use your eraser pencil to remove the colour. But if you're using this, then I would take a fully loaded blending nib with some Dorso oil on and just tickle the parchment to lift the colour off.
Or you could use the eraser pencil, couldn't you?
But it would take the colour out of the parchment.
If you do not the pink one, would the pink one do?
Yeah,
would it? Okay.
Yeah, it would still lift out.
So
I'd use a nib with a lot of Dorso oil on out there, and then just sort of lift it and then take some tissue and blot.
But on the clear parchment?
On the clear parchment, yeah. It's even easier on the clear parchment. So I always go over the lines on clear parchment because I know I can take the eraser pencil and tidy it all up. Yeah. Okay. So once you've finished all your colouring in, you now need it to fit within your coaster. Okay. So you've got options. You could pico cut if you wanted to, but you're not really going to see the beauty of the pico cutting around the edge. You could use a guillotine, but I'm going to use a lovely Japanese craft knife.
Which we just looked at.
We did indeed.
In the set.
Yes.
And the Japanese craft knife is available on its own. There is a savings of about £2 nearly, and the code for that is 31627. Yes. If you're interested in just the craft knife, that's the 31627.
Super duper. Okay. So I'm going to take my Pergamano ruler that is in that kit. Now, when you're working with it, you can see how that ruler slides around.
Yeah.
So this is where you take a strip of one of those A4 pieces of Groovy Grip, and just, it's not sticky, it's not tacky, but now
it's like a cling.
Yeah, you can see the parchment's moving, but the ruler is not moving on the parchment. So now I bring in my lovely Japanese pen.
Craft knife even.
Yeah, craft knife. And then what I'm going to do, in order for it to fit within inside the coaster, because if you go right up to the, I'll show you in a minute, if you went right up to this outer edge, when you put it in the coaster, it won't close properly. You just need to come, the inside measurements of the coaster is 3.5 inches. So you need to make your piece that you're putting inside just fractionally smaller. Okay, so now what we're going to do, up against that steel edge, I'm going to stand up for this one.
Golden rule here, always cut away from your artwork, right?
Yeah. And there's no rules either to say that you have to cut with one pass of the blade. If you're not sure about using a craft knife, thinking, oh, I'm going to put too much pressure on, then I could go over several times, like so. But look, that's just cut beautifully.
Cuts like butter, doesn't it?
It really, really does. This knife. And if you're not sure whether you're going on straight, use the grid lines to line up with your white line on your parchment.
Coming the other way, yeah.
Yeah. So now, like so. Get rid of that. Then we come round again. But it just, for me, the craft knife definitely makes it a lot easier.
Sure thing.
Okay.
And you wouldn't want to use a guillotine because you...
No, because they tend to slip. And
They
I mean,
do.
I prefer a guillotine over a trimmer because I always find the trimmer, because the blade goes into like a gully,
Yeah.
you can sometimes get wiggle on it.
Nobody likes a wiggle,
you don't
Paul.
like a wiggle. Don't mind a little tickle, but not a wiggle.
Not a wiggle.
Not a wiggle. Okay. So I've cut my piece of parchment down to size now. And what we're going to do, I'm going to put the cap back on there. And I cut a piece of white copy paper earlier, the same size.
What
so
a difference that makes, eh?
Yeah, really does make it stand out, doesn't it? Now, I know we often get questions on the coasters. How do you open them? Because you've got this sort of like inset look on the inside, and there's a slight little ridge on the front of it. People think that you've got to try and get this out to put it in.
Yeah, yeah.
But you don't. It's actually joined at the bottom part. Okay. So you can either take your fingernail, like so, and get that in there to open it. So you can see there how you've got the fin part, which is at the bottom of the coaster.
Yeah.
And then you've got the top part. Or you could just take your one needle tool or something, just to open that up.
Separate them out.
Yeah. Okay. Then what I'm going to do, because I want this to be sealed permanently, I'm going to take some red liner tape, just find the edge of it, like so. And I'm going to pop that on two sides.
On the back.
This is on the base pedal.
Yeah.
Part. Yeah. So when you feel this, this is actually raised, this centerpiece.
Nice.
Okay. And I'll just do round two sides, like so. And then the fun part, this is the hardest part, trying to take the red tape off. So I'm going to use my one needle tool. And that's easier.
I think these coasters are fabulous for like Christmas presents and for the Christmas table.
Yeah.
You can personalize them like you have Mum, Dave, Earl, Paul.
Yeah.
You know.
Absolutely.
You just want to make sure they're definitely coming. And then you can give it to them as a present when they leave.
It's like a table present, isn't it? Yeah. And it's got that memory then for the rest of the time it's being used.
Smashing, isn't it?
Yeah. Now, what I'm also going to do, rather than try and put that in there and that, I'm going to attach this piece of parchment to the paper.
Good idea.
Okay. And in order to do that, I'm going to use a tape runner.
We've got those in stock, haven't we?
Indeed, yes. So these are great because you've got that flap on the bottom. So what I'm going to do, I don't need to cover it. I'm just going to put a bit in the middle.
Yeah.
Like so. So now what I can do
because you can't see it.
No, it's amazing, isn't it? That a tape runner you would normally see through parchment.
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
you can't see anything there at
all.
all.
You certainly wouldn't be using brads because then you wouldn't be able to close
the thing. So then all I'm going to do now is hold that in place like so. I'm going to take the lid.
Why wouldn't you put it in the lid upside down?
Because I find it's easier to do it this way, like so.
Is it?
I find it, yeah. Because you've been working on the parchment, you've got a little bit of curve potentially. And then there we have the coaster finished. That's a completed one.
That's
on
smashing.
the colour of the stem, I didn't take the colour out on there. I just used the green pencil on top of the lilac parchment.
Smashing.
So you can see.
Thank you very much, Paul.
There we go.
What a lovely gift.
It is.
You know, and if you're starting out, we stood up quickly there. If you're starting out, this is a perfect idea.
Little bite-sized pieces of artwork is more achievable.
Exactly.
Definitely.
And so what Paul used there was just one of the elements from Jane Nesterenko's bundle, the huge Christmas collection. And you can see it's a Grey Friday unbeatable sale, 41448. And the price for all of those plates there is, you can see it here one more time, is £56.94 instead of £124.87. That's a savings of nearly £70.
It is indeed.
Okay, so thank you so much for your company. Thanks, Paul.
Thank you.
We'll be back at 2 o'clock. So we'll just clear the decks, come back, one more show before we finish, and then the sale ends at midnight tonight.
It does indeed.
So if you want to take advantage of these incredible sale prices, now's your opportunity.
Definitely.
Don't forget, Sue's on call. She's in the call centre, and the phones are trickling through to Jazz and Pete. Thanks very much for your help. Jilly in the in the chat room, in the gallery, and we'll be back at 2 o'clock for one.